This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Arvada, Colorado. We are here at Jaxpointe Assisted Living. Since 2009, they have been providing a residential home, providing care for those with memory needs, as well as a full group of people. Let me ask you this, as the administrator as well as the founder, Russ, why don't we start off first of all, what got you involved in this type of industry?
I was in the healthcare industry doing a lot of marketing and calling on nursing homes, hospitals, assisted livings, and I saw there was a void in the kind of care that was being offered to people with Alzheimer's and dementia. And then I saw a few homes, small like this, that were being successful, and we looked at it from an opportunity as something that we'd like to do.
Wonderful. Throughout our lives, be it young or old, we're all looking for a place that we can call home. Is that really what you're providing here?
Yeah, what we're trying to do here is make these people feel very comfortable. In a lot of other settings, they might not feel like they're in a home or in their home, and they might feel like they're sick. In this setting, they can feel more comfortable. They don't feel like they're sick. They feel like this is a place that they're used to and comfortable with.
Great. As we age, obviously there's some challenges we have to overcome. One of those that is very common is memory loss. Let me ask you, memory loss, even a slight touch of it, how does that affect a person's daily living?
Well, a lot of times people can forget about some of the normal things that they would do in a daily situation. They can't remember that they might have eaten or not eaten. They might not remember to take a shower. They might not remember to trim their toenails or something like that. Things that start to get to be a little bit of an issue. They don't bathe, or they don't wash their clothes. They don't do a lot of things that become a nuisance to them over time.
Obviously, folks that are going through dementia, memory loss of any extreme, basically, how important is it to make sure they are put in the right setting?
You know, it's really important, Gary. We have a situation where a lot of times people end up in the wrong setting. They might end up in a setting that causes them to be feeling like they're in an institution, feel that they're sick. They see people coming at them with uniforms on. They're in a clinical setting. They're taking medications all day long. They can't smell any food because they're so far away from the dining hall, and they start acting sick and they decline very rapidly. And what we have found is oftentimes we can bring those folks here with the help of their family, and we find that they're really not sick. They're more in a different situation. And when their needs are being met, they're very happy and thrive and do really well. And oftentimes we can get them off some of the meds that they were on because they may have been over-medicated. So it's really important that people find a good setting for their loved one.
Obviously, a large facility can be overwhelming for any one of us. I can't imagine somebody with memory, I mean, you're walking down a hallway, you're afraid, basically.
Yeah, in fact, one of the gentlemen that we have here was so afraid where he was trying every single door, trying to figure out where he was at. He didn't understand all these doors. And he has that setting here where there are doors. We have them different colors. He knows he's going into different rooms. He can say hi, do whatever, but he's not worried anymore. He's just, now it's a routine for him to just check on everything. So it can be very, very confusing.
Interesting. So basically something as simple as taking medication, which is really critical to a lot of folks, you're there to help with medication management.
Exactly. And a lot of times people don't realize that they need to continually take medication at a certain time of the day with fluids, things like that. So there's a procedure as well as a timing issue, and it needs to happen on a regular basis, otherwise it can be very dangerous.
Interesting. I know one thing just with my own grandmother herself, it seems like almost a daily basis you're almost having to be there to reassure her that everything's okay.
Yeah, exactly. We try to create an environment where people feel like they're needed, wanted. There's some feeling of camaraderie, and they enjoy themselves. They have a good day. You know, they can look forward to certain things during the day.
Wonderful. Obviously, one of the more serious forms of dementia is that of Alzheimer's disease, obviously affecting 1 out of every 10 in the age of over 65, which quite honestly, is this something that you're equipped to provide for, care for those folks?
Exactly. Alzheimer's is what a lot of people refer to as dementia. It's about 80% of the people who have dementia have Alzheimer's. Now, in this home, we take care of not only folks with Alzheimer's, but other dementias. So it requires that we understand different behaviors and different ways to work and comfort people, and understand how to redirect and work within their capabilities and understandings. One thing that we do is pretty unique is we find out 20 things that we can make that person go back to a happy place. And we try to use that whenever people get a little frustrated with their day or something's not going right. We try to talk to them about something that really was fun and exciting for them. Maybe where they were from, what they used to do, some of their favorite colors or activities. Those are some of the things we try to help them remember.
Quite honestly, I experienced the staff here working. Obviously, working with dementia, the staff has to be very understanding and loving, as well as one hard-working group.
Oh, these ladies are amazing in terms of the love and attention they put into each individual resident that they take care of. They're awake all night. They prepare the meals. They clean. They do all the adult daily living activities for these folks. They just love on them, and they're special. They're what make this place run.
I imagine folks probably set up homes like this, but it really takes probably special care when you're dealing with memory loss.
Yeah, a lot of times when homes set up like this, they're targeting more just people who are elderly in an assisted living setting. But when you start taking care of folks with more needs who are in a dementia setting or in a Alzheimer's position, you need staff that's very well trained. They're unique caregivers. You got to have staff that's we have 2 people all day long taking care of eight residents, and then overnight they're doing a lot of things. They're up and they're awake, and it's a challenge. But if you do things right, it's so rewarding.
Let me ask you this: how important is an activity program or exercise for their health and well-being?
Oh, it's huge because, again, we went back to the idea of forgetting to do things. Sometimes they forget that they need to stay in shape and be active and take walks and recreate and so forth. And when you remind them and they start doing it, their body remembers, and then they start to crave it a little bit, and it's a good thing.
Like you said earlier, basically a lot of these tasks that we take for granted in our everyday life become a burden. Basically, we even forget to do. So everything as far as personal care, we're talking about bathing, hair care, everything like that is taken care of here at the home.
Exactly. One of the things we have a nurse come in and deal with their toenails once a month. We have a hairstylist that comes in and helps them with beards or hairdos or styles. We also handle all their incontinence needs. I mean, a lot of times when people get a memory situation, that's one of the things they begin to forget is to go to the bathroom or to be regular, and that's something we help them with. And so it's encouraged through diet, it's encouraged through hydration, it's encouraged through movement and exercise. Just keep them comfortable and regular, and that's regular.
You just mentioned one of those, which is diet. I just got done watching the crew there put together a great meal for them. Is that something we're going to see? Are we talking about special meals for each one, or do you have basically something that works for everybody?
We try to accommodate certain needs that people might have. Some people have some swallowing challenges. Some people don't chew as well. Some people don't eat certain things. There might be someone who's avoiding certain foods just from a choice standpoint or a dislike. So when we make a meal, we try to make it in such a way that we can accommodate people. But for the most part, people are pretty flexible, and they like to have different foods. A lot of them have their sweet tooths, and we make sure. But food is something that they love to smell, they love to taste, and they love to enjoy. And it's something they look forward to. The more you can have home-cooked meals going on, the more they thrive and enjoy that.
Speaking of smell and taste, what I like about the home here is basically it's not like a facility. You walk in, you feel like it's a home because really it is. And obviously at a subconscious level, I imagine a lot of them have to feel that same way.
Oh, exactly. In fact, we have one lady here who tells us that her father built this home, and it's her home, and her sisters grew up here. And she wants us to make sure that we turn the lights out and we minimize the electricity use, and we take good care of her home.
Wonderful. We're talking about a professional staff on hand, 24/7, around the clock? And what about in the need of a doctor? Is there a doctor on call, or how does that work?
So we have doctors come in, and different residents might have different doctor situations. So we will have doctors that will meet the needs of that particular patient. And we can have nurses come in, we can have doctors come in, we can have CNAs, physical therapists. For example, we have a lady that's rehabilitating from a broken hip, and she had a visit today from a physical therapist. And he gave us a range of what we can do with her that's going to be not only safe, but encouraging for her to get back to where she was before. So we have a lot of people helping us here. This isn't all about just us. We have a whole group that comes in here on a regular basis. We also have 2 people on hospice right now. And hospice care means we have additional help on top of all the other help that we provide.
Great. Russ, you had mentioned earlier about a woman who had a broken hip. I noticed here that basically everything is wheelchair accessible, and that includes coming out in the backyard and the commons area here.
Yeah, we tried to take the house and make everything handicap accessible. The bathrooms, the doorways got widened, all the floors are level. People can move around and feel comfortable either with a walker or a wheelchair, and that keeps everybody safe.
Wonderful. Also out here, you've got a commons area here. I see a barbecue behind me. Is that something that takes place here when it warms up here in Arvada?
Sure, we do. We love doing that on the weekends. For lunch, myself or the caregivers will have a barbecue. It's about fragrance and it's about ambiance. These people enjoy themselves. You know, they have a great day. The one thing I've learned from this population is enjoy every day.
Wonderful. Let me ask you this. Obviously, the home here, how many bedrooms are we talking here? And are some of them private as well as shared rooms?
We have 6 bedrooms, and we take care of 8 residents. So we have 2 of the bedrooms we're sharing with 2 people each. And what's interesting is a lot of times people don't like to sleep on their own when they have a memory care challenge. They want to have a roommate. They get a little bit lonely. So we try to find those people and match them up, and it works out real well.
Excellent. I also notice here the fact that basically, obviously, the success model you've put together is working well. Are you looking at expanding and opening elsewhere?
We sure are. We're trying to put together a plan to do 9 more homes in the Arvada area, so we want to have a total of 10. And then we also want to have a wellness center that's going to allow us to get out and do more activities. So we would take people from the homes to the wellness center on a little bus and get a couple of days a week where we're doing some exercise, socializing, and just having a good time.
Wonderful. Folks, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see basically is their website. If you go to the website right there is the contact information. The first step basically is to contact them here. Obviously, possibly set up a tour. Come on down, take a look how it feels here, and you will see, like I did, it's really a home environment. We're talking about not a facility here, but a home that is run, owned, and operated locally. If we had some kids or siblings out here that are possibly thinking about this would be a good environment for their parents, what is the process? What do they need to do?
First thing is take a look at our website and then give me a call directly, and my information is listed there, and let me talk to them a little bit about their needs and their time frame, and I can give them some ideas of what to do as a next step, or put them in touch with some people that can help them out.
Really what you're providing here not only is peace of mind for the folks that are in the home, but obviously for the kids as well, knowing that their parents are being well taken care of, and really in a home environment where you have taken care of all the details.
You know, they're going through a crisis in their life, you know, and what we want to do is minimize that as best we can and help them through that. And so what we want to do is make sure they understand their loved one's taken care of, and they don't have to worry about that. And they can just visit and come and hang out, and we're going to take care of all the details for them.
All the details for you. Once again, folks, take a look at the bottom of the screen. Their contact information is right there. And remember, this is basically Jaxpointe at Flower Court, one of possibly many here in Arvada. And make sure and reach out to them. They can help you through any process. They understand, like you said, you're going through a crisis where basically you're looking for answers. They've got those answers for you here. This is Gary Atensu with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.